Let's practice tying some knots. Now with a scrap piece of thread, I'm going to tie my first knot by making a loop with my thread like so. Then you're gonna have to take the short piece and stick it under up through the center of the loop, like this. That creates a twisty part in the thread, and when you pull both ends tightly, that twisty part becomes your knot. Let's try again. Make a loop. Put the short end through the center of the loop, forming twisty part, and then pull both ends tight to get your knot. Let's try again. Make a loop. Wrap the end around the string, putting it through the loop to form a twisty part, and then pull your twisty part tight. Let's try one more time. Make a loop. Wrap that twisty, or the short end, through the center to form a twisty part. Kind of looks like a pretzel. And then we're going to pull it tight. My knots happen to pile up all on top of each other, making a larger knot, but it's okay if yours didn't. All right, now we're going to try a different kind of knot. Both knots will work for sewing. You'll just have to pick the one that you like best. So this is the knot that I actually like to use when I sew, but it might be just slightly more tricky. But the more you practice it, you'll get the hang of it eventually. Now, to make this knot, you are going to take a scrap piece of thread. You are going to wrap it around your pointer finger so that it forms a little X right there. Okay, once again, wrap it around your pointer finger. So I'm holding it with my thumb and my middle finger, and then wrapping it around my ring finger. Okay. Now once you have that little X on your ring finger, I want you to take your thumb and put it on top of the X. Okay, so we're pinching it tight. So you should have it looped around your pointer finger. It's not loose, it's pretty tight on there. And your thumb is pinching that X that we made. Now, what we do is we push our thumb and our pointer finger together pretty tight, and then I'm going to pull my pointer finger back. It is scooching back on my thumb, and as it's doing that, it is rolling up the thread. It's creating lots of twisty parts. Twist, 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 I'm rolling, rolling, rolling. Then I'm gonna grab all those twists and then pull it tight in my fingers. And that will make a nice big fat knot for you. Now you probably didn't get it this time. That's okay. Let's try again. I'm gonna hold the string with my thumb and my middle finger. Okay, I'm holding it tight. That makes it easy for me to use my left hand to wrap it around my pointer finger, forming an X. Okay, and when you have your X, make sure that it's pretty tight. Not super tight, but you know, not loose. Then I'm gonna put my thumb on top of the X. All right, pinching that X. Now here's the part where I keep pinching, and I'm gonna scooch my pointer finger back, rolling up the thread into kind of a big jumble. Now I'm gonna grab that big jumble with my pointer and thumb, and then pull the thread tight. And all that jumbled up, twisted up thread, once you pull it tight, makes a knot. All right, let's practice just one more time. Holding the thread with my middle finger and my thumb, wrapping it around my pointer finger and making an X. Put my thumb on top of the X. Okay, pinch it tight so that the thread doesn't get loose. Now I'm gonna scooch back my pointer finger, rolling up the thread into a big jumble, and then grab that big jumble, pinch it, and pull it tight. Don't let go of your pinched fingers. Keep it tight. You should have a knot. Might not be a pretty knot. Oh, mine actually came loose a little bit. You pinch it again. Pull it tighter. There, I saved it. Might not be a pretty knot, but it usually makes a pretty big knot. And once you practice it a few times, you can get kind of quick at it. And like I said, it is my favorite knot to use when I'm sewing. So go ahead and keep practicing your knots. The more you practice throughout our sewing activity, the better you'll get.